still trying to figure out who I am, especially considering sports has always been part of my life. So I'm really trying to find who I am outside. I guess based off of my appearance, I'm a person with a disability. I was born missing my right radial bone. That causes my right arm to be shorter. I'm also missing 80% of my ulna. I'm a daughter. I'm a stepsister, a stepdaughter. If there is a word that I want to be used to describe me, it's an inspiration and a person people can look to and say, because of you, I didn't give up. First found shot put in grade 3 at my elementary school. I went through all of the different sports. None of them made me really fall in love with athletics, but shot put, because it was the one time I could actually show off my strength to everyone. That's always been who I am. Just want to show everyone that I'm strong and that I can do it. It was between me and one of my best friends for the spot on the team for track. She had a phenomenal throw. Keeping in mind that we had never thrown shot put before, and what defines a phenomenal throw beats me at that point. I went out and I threw it just the slightest bit further than her. I felt so happy because that was my spot now and my opportunity to show everyone that I was strong. I never did track as part of a club. I only did it through my school. I used to dance as well, so that was my out of school sport. And then through that, I started to play football, and come spring season at school, track was coming and I was stoked. I was so excited because, again, I just got to show my strength to everyone and prove everyone that I could do it. And I've always loved track and field. I graduated and I decided to come to school in Halifax. Ended up working for the football team. Just wanted to feel everything out before I really got into sports, because I was thinking that I might try out for the rugby team, but then I'm like, but there's a track team. So maybe get back into that. I have family in the States. So one year we went down to the States and I found out my cousin was playing football. And he's always inspired me. And for some strange reason, that made me want to play football. 180 flip from dance to football. And I'm like, I'm obsessed. I love it. I begged and begged my mom to let me play. She was like, no, you're going to get hurt because the boys are developing and you're here. Finally, they let me play, got my equipment, went to practice. I got put onto the defensive line. That's what I continued to play with through my whole entire football career until I came to Halifax, in which I played for a women's team and I got put as a running back, which was amazing. What really drew me to football, besides my cousin, was the physicality of it. For the first time, I could be aggressive without people complaining that I'm being too aggressive. Again, I guess it kind of relates to shot put, where you get to show off your strength. Football really taught me that mental resilience of, even no matter how hard you get hit, you have to get back up. When I worked with the football team, it was video for the coaches. So I would record practices, games. I would help tag the film as well. So for a while, I was working really close with the defensive side. I attended every single meeting just to learn more about our scheme. That eventually shifted into me considering that maybe I wanted to be a coach. When I didn't have to film, I would be on the field with the guys, trying to help them out. I worked really closely with one of our defensive linemen. When the new season came, my coach was really impressed with all the progress that he had. So I felt that that was a little win. And even the fact that one of our players asked me for help. Last season, I was working with them. The guys would listen to me when I had something to say. So that really helped my confidence and made me feel more comfortable speaking up in those meetings to potentially work towards that goal of being a coach rather than playing for the team. So last year, during my second year, I approached my coach. I asked if I could throw with them, and she said yes. A few weeks into practice, she asked if I had ever considered para. I told her that I didn't think my disability was severe enough because I just had never been exposed to para athletics before. I didn't know what the impairment range was like. It was just really new to me and I didn't know. From there, I really took the fast path with Athletics Canada because they're like, oh yeah, we can just go straight to international classification. So February, around this time, I was getting ready to go to Dubai. I went to my first Worlds, which was phenomenal. I was so nervous, but it was an amazing experience. And during that whole time, it was always in the back of my mind that any of my throws, I could have potentially hit that standard for the games. And afterwards, I went back home to Ontario, competed in a bit of the national track and field tour. My last meet in Ontario, far from my best performance. My last year I was able to hit standard. I was so excited. Went to nationals, finished second, and that's when my athletic performance advisor called me and was like, "Hey, Katie, this is the official call that you are going to the Paralympics." And I was ecstatic. My coach was there, my teammates, my grandparents were all there with me, and it was just such an amazing moment to have them all there with me, finding out that I actually was going to the Paralympics, because a year ago, I never thought that was going to happen. I thought my life was on a total different trajectory within football, but clearly there are other plans set in stone for me within track. Shot put is part of the track and field world. We are one of the field events within the throws. If you're female, you throw a 4-kilo shot, which is about 9 pounds. And then on the men's side, they throw a 16-pound, 7.25 kilo shot put. I don't want to say it's just trying to throw it as far as you can, but that's generally the objective. You can throw with 2 different techniques, whether it's a glide or rotation, that are very technical. Right now I'm learning how to rotate and I'm struggling. So it's a lot more technical than you think. Like I was saying before, I think it was just the fact that I got to show people how strong I was. Part of it was because I was born with a disability, always trying to show people that I can live up to the expectations or be equal to people who don't have a disability. So if that was through my physical strength, that's how I was going to show people. And I really think that's why shot put really spoke to me and was my first love for sport. Last year, I had never left really North America. So I went everywhere and I was just like, what the heck is going on? The village was phenomenal. Just to see be in an environment where everyone was there for a common goal. You make friends with people from different countries and you're building those relationships. It was amazing to be surrounded by people of all abilities. We had a few TV set up so we could watch our teammates, and we had people from other countries come into our courtyard. They would sit and watch with us, cheer for our team, cheer for them, their partners, and it was just phenomenal. It was weird because I thought I was going to be a lot more nervous than I actually was. I remember walking out of the tunnel. One of my teammates, she had told me one thing she wished she had done going into the games was actually take a minute to look around before she started to throw. So that's the one thing I made sure I did once I walked out, was just look around at the stadium and just really take that in. Right away, I was able to find my parents. I was able to find my coach. I didn't really feel nervous. Looking back at how I threw and everything, I was like, there were definitely signs that I was nervous. I was rushing every single throw because it was just okay, I see my competitors. I'm still trying to compete against them. So it was muscling and rushing every single throw, which wasn't beneficial. But looking back, definitely a really good learning experience to apply to every other meet following that. It was really cool to see how many people were there to support the para-athletes, because I've heard other times you never know how many people are going to show up to the Paralympics. To be able to look at my whole entire sporting journey and see where I was, and that I got an opportunity, that I earned that opportunity to represent my country, was amazing. Because again, not everyone gets to do that. Not everyone has such a fast-paced journey, and that's directly at the games. When I do have conversations with my parents about the sports I've played, it's more so that they are proud of me that I haven't given up, or I haven't stopped when the times have gotten rough, or when adversity has pushed me back. I know this might be easier said than done, but I know when I first approached my track coach, I was really nervous. I usually am nervous when I talk to new people that I don't really know, but there was something inside of me that was really like, no, you got to do this. Don't be scared to, which again is easier said than done, but it's your story and no one else's. If someone gets in your way of what you want to do with your life, whether it's through sports or through the working, like through a certain job or field, you have to show them that you can. And like, as sucky as that is to say that you have to prove it, for some of us, that's the only way we can actually be on that level playing field, is proving ourselves every day. At the same time, you have to believe in yourself. If it's really something that you want, don't be scared to go after it. Really be confident that you can do it, and don't let someone tell you you can't. Right now, I'm in a part where it's just like, I really need to learn how to love the process, because last year was just so quick. From getting classified to Worlds to Para, like that all happened from February to September. Something I would say is just find a moment to, I would have told myself to find a moment to breathe, love the process. One of the biggest things that have helped me is remembering my why. I feel like a lot of the reason why I have pushed so hard with all the sports that I've been in through football and now even track is because, one, I want to show that people with disabilities can do things that people without disabilities can do, because sometimes we're looked down upon or looked differently because we are different. And just because we do have that disability doesn't mean it's a limitation.